hi. Let's see who joins this one. Surprise live. Hello, welcome. Hi. Welcome, welcome. Hello. Make it a little bit lighter. Hi. I just decided to come back. Greetings. I got a surprise notice. Okay, good. I just decided to come back and say hello. I'm sitting here reading the news, so why not do it together? Hi guys, how are you? Hello. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Hi, how are you all? Okay. Adjust. You're recovering from COVID? You know what? Well, I hope you're doing much better. Hopefully it wasn't too bad for you. I'm getting home from work. Best time of the day. Oh, cool. I actually never once had COVID, and I was pretty chill about everything. I mean, I wore a mask when I had to wear a mask and stuff like that. Be safe, unknown. Yeah, I don't think I had COVID. If I did, I was asymptomatic, but I never got it. And somebody that I live with actually had it, and I didn't get it. I might have had, what was that one strain? The Omicron? Whatever. I might have had that one. But if I did, it was extremely mild. It was almost like a cold that never really took a hold. Hi, Braxton. Hopefully you're doing well. But I never got it. I know some people that got it a few times. Actually, a family member of mine, she's my mom's cousin, so I don't know what you would call that. But it's my mom's cousin. She got COVID. She had it pretty bad. She's getting better now, but she was actually put not on a ventilator, but she was put on oxygen. So she's still on oxygen right now. She should be getting off of it pretty soon. But she had it for a long time. There's something called long coat. Your first cousin once removed. I don't think it's my cousin, it's my mom's cousin. Oh, hi. Good. Okay, I'm glad I came on too. I actually tried to go live on my TikTok, but my internet like wasn't having it. You know how my internet is terrible here. Did you see Eric Trump said the big Trump jet has been updated? No, I didn't see that. I beat COVID with snacks and naps. Snacks and naps will beat anything. The medical world and mainstream news is starting to hype up Omicron again. Well, if that's what I had, well, for me, it wasn't that bad. My mom's cousin is my cousin. Oh, I didn't know that. I never gave it much thought, so I didn't know what that family member would be to me. I just didn't think about it much because I haven't seen her in a long time. She lives in Pennsylvania. But yeah, she's had it for a while. I also know a person who she got it and oh yeah, they're saying it's spreadable. So I knew someone that she got COVID and her stomach she was just, after she had it, she was just never right. And she still to this day has issues that she never had before she got it. I beat it by not getting tested. I think that's how I beat it. I might have had it, who knows? Because some people are asymptomatic. So it could have been me. I don't know. Yeah. but never had it. But lived with someone who had it and actually had all the full-blown symptoms and never got it. So it's weird. Super weird. Have y'all heard about the ninja variant? It will only respect the Samari variant. What? There was one variant that I thought was funny. They skipped the name of it because why did they do it? The variant that they skipped the name of. Oh, yes, that's it. Because China is the short answer for why they skipped it. Because China. Late again. What did I miss? Nothing. Hello, Roscoe. They skipped it. Well, I mean, short answer, but basically, yes, because commie. Okay, bye. Hey, we forgot about ages ago in the UK. Well, it's not really a thing here either. I'm in Virginia, kind of like a rural area. And, well, it's rural to me. And it's just not really a thing anymore. And then, like, I remember I went back to California a few months ago, and I was like, oh my gosh, I completely forgot about it. Like, I didn't know what to do. Like, I hadn't even, and then I was getting on a plane, so I had to find a mask. I was like, I haven't even thought about a mask in forever. No Kamala Don't give me ideas. No Kamala poems. Don't you dare give me ideas. I will read Kamala poems. Are you still in Virginia? Yes, I'm still in Virginia. We have forgotten about it in Tennessee. I was listening to stand up. I can't remember who it was, but he was like, he was talking about how red states, like, they don't even have it anymore. They must be running out of names now, using numbers and letters. Hello. You know what is super weird what happened today? Hold on, let me type it in. This is weird. Okay. Okay, so did you guys hear about this? Okay. Get your tin hat on. Get your tin hat conspiracy theory hat on. So, New York City, this was today. New York City launched a public service announcement Monday over what to do after a nuclear weapon incident, despite the low likelihood of such a catastrophic event occurring in America's largest city. The 1.5-minute PSA outlines 3 steps New Yorkers must take in case of a nuclear attack. While the likelihood of a nuclear weapon incident occurring in or near New York City is very low, it is important for New Yorkers to know the steps on how to stay safe. The city's emergency management department said in a news release, the new PSA encourages New Yorkers to take key, simple steps in the event of such an incident. So, of course, everyone's like, wait, huh? Why now? Why all of a sudden now? Step 1, turn into a ball of plasma and disintegrate. That's exactly what it is. Okay, the PSA advises people to take several... Oh, duh. Okay. Stop it. This is what goes on inside my brain all the time. It's just constant conflict. The PSA advises people to take several actions in the event of a nuclear incident. That includes getting inside, staying away from windows. Once inside, stay there, close all the doors, and move to a basement if possible. So basically the same thing as if there were a tornado. Step 1, get inside, fast. Get into a building, move away from windows. Step 2, stay inside. Shut doors and windows, go to the middle of the building, get clean immediately. Ooh. Remove clothing and shower with soap or shampoo. Step 3, stay tuned. Follow media. Sign up for Notify NYC. So if you guys were wondering what to do, that's what you do. If you are outside after the blast, get clean immediately. Remove and bag all outer clothing to keep radioactive dust or ash away from your body. Either basements, fallout houses, safes, refrigerator. Really? Well, that's what everyone was saying. All the conspiracy theorists were like, it's the timing. Let's see what the comments said. Someone said, none of these steps do anything except prove how the government and the press attempt to scare you into submission. If there were a detonation, indoors won't help. You would need pure water, food, and air, none of which is immediately available to anyone not prepared. Sounds like a prepper. You know what, though? I used to make fun of preppers all the time, and then 2020 happened, and I stopped making fun of them. Someone said, how about a PSA on how you interact with fast food employees when you don't get the sauce packet you claim to have requested? Someone said it's because they're about to sign the Iran deal. Iran nuclear. Ooh. I don't like none of it. Well, if you're already outside, you're breathing in the radiation in the air. So tomorrow is Taco Tuesday? Yeah. Speaking of tacos, hold on. Jill Biden just said something super duper weird. Let's look at this. This is Jill Biden. Let me pull it up. Just hold on a second. Super weird. Did anyone see this? Where is Jill? Okay. First Lady Jill Biden compared members of the Hispanic community in the United States to tacos, flowers, and glorified convenience stores during a speech in San Antonio, Texas on Monday. Speaking from the Latinx Inclusion Luncheon. This is why, this is one of the reasons I'm pretty sure why Democrats are losing the Hispanic vote. Why are you calling them that? Oh, wait. Can I play this? Can I play it?
But we can't do those things on our own. Raul helped build this organization with the understanding that the diversity of this community, as distinct as the Bogotas of the Bronx, as beautiful as the blossoms of Miami, and as unique as the breakfast tacos here in San Antonio, is your strength.
Did she, was she trying to talk with an, did she say bodegas? Was she trying to talk with was she talking about bodegas? You know that thing where people try and talk with an accent on one word that don't have an accent? Kamala's rubbing off on Jill. Oh yeah, they did. The First Lady appeared to misspeak, pronouncing the word bodegas rather than bodegas. The First Lady appeared to misspeak. There, I misspoke. Now I'm misspeaking. The First Lady appeared to misspeak, pronouncing the word bodegas rather than bodegas. Bodegas are a popular corner store found throughout New York City, particularly in the Bronx, which provide a range of food and household products. It's not the first time the Doctor of Education has completely butchered the Spanish language. In 2021, while speaking to a handful of Californian farmers, Biden enthusiastically told the crowd, I don't know what. Okay, so this is what she said.
So say it with me. Si se puede. The future is ours. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't think that's how you say it. I'm not going to make a fool of myself, but I don't think that's how you say it. She was trying to say, yes, we can in Spanish, and she mispronounced it. She said, si se puede. Broadway. In reaction to Biden's latest comments, Senator Ted Cruz, senior communications advisor Steve Guest tweeted, "This isn't Veep. Which White House..." Now I'm misspeaking. "This isn't Veep. Which White House speechwriter just won a bet for getting the First Lady to say something like this while referring to the political comedy starring Julia Louis-Dreyfus?" Steve Guest said, "Jill Biden just said Hispanics are as unique as tacos." As for the term, this is what's so funny. As for the term Latinx, polls have, like, they don't pay attention. I don't understand why they keep doing this. As for the term Latinx, polls have consistently shown that the vast majority of Hispanic Americans reject the gender-neutral label. In recent months, Democrats like Congressman Richie Torres have blasted and he's a Democrat, by the way. This is another Democrat blasting them. Have blasted organizations like New York Yankees for using the word Latinx. In late May, the New York Yankees sent out a series of tweets regarding gun violence. One of those tweets said, "Each year, more than 4,100 Latinx people die from gun violence in the U.S., and 13.3 thousand are shot and wounded." Torres responded, "I represent the South Bronx, home to the Yankees. Never heard anyone locally use the term Latinx. Does a majority of Hispanics actually use the term Latinx? If the answer is no, how did Latinx come to be a term that is used in government and corporate America?" If you're speaking to a particular person who prefers Latinx, then by all means use the term. But if you're referring to the Hispanic community in general, why not use the term that the majority itself predominantly uses? This is what I don't understand. Why do they do this? Why do they do it? And there has been, I've read them myself, poll after poll after poll that shows that nobody really likes this term. Nobody really uses this term. Every community should have the right to label itself rather than have a label imposed on them by others. Torres is correct that hardly any Hispanic person prefers the term Latinx, despite its frequent appearance. Politico reported in December that according to a new poll, listen to this, just 2% of Hispanic American voters used the term Latinx, possibly contributing to the exodus. However, the Bronx congressman has also used the term Latinx in the past. After winning election in 2020, Torres tweeted, "Never for a moment did I imagine becoming the first openly LGBTQ Afro-Latinx member of Congress joining the ranks of the Out magazine, at Out magazine. Regarding Monday's event, it is unclear why they would feel the need to remove the S in the word inclusion and replace it with X. That's also what they did. So at this Latinx inclusion, they also removed the S in inclusion and put a big X. The Spanish word for inclusion. The day before the First Lady spoke at the Latinx Inclusion Luncheon, they hosted a Latinas lunch according to the conference schedule. So, gas X. So I think that's actually what they were trying to do. So they're trying to take the gender out of Latino and Latina, and they're just doing Latinx. But as it shows that only 2% of people who are Hispanic even use that term, and they continue to use it. That's really funny. Well, I'm Italian, so what would that be? I have no idea. I don't care. Any Latin X's live in Texas? All my Latin X's live in Texas. That's good. Italian. How do you even say that? Hi. Former Obama advisor David Axelrod says he's concerned about Biden's ability to run a vigorous campaign and manage the presidency at the same time in his 81st year. Yes, because he will be 81. But the thing is, he didn't run a vigorous campaign the first time, and he won. He was in the basement the whole time. He didn't even campaign, really. He just came out one time and he was like, Trump is bad, I'm good, and then he won. He didn't campaign in 2020.
With the understanding that the diversity of this community, as distinct as the Bogotas of the Bronx, as beautiful as the blossoms.
That was her saying Bogotas. Bogotas? As distinct as the Bogotas? Hold on, I gotta see the comments. The Bogotas. I'm only referring to them as the Bogotas now. Maybe they all just have bad teleprompters? No, they are that bad. Bogotas? Tell me you don't know your audience without telling me you don't know your audience. There's nothing cringier. I hate to say it, and it sounds a little bit petty. Leave her alone. She's a doctor. It sounds a little petty. I hate to say it, but there's nothing cringier than seeing like I'm so sorry, like an older, like very privileged Caucasian lady try to say like one word. I used to work with a lady like this. It was so funny. when she would pronounce she would put on like a terrible Spanish accent when she would say something that was Hispanic affiliated in some way. And I'm trying to think of an example of this, but I can't. But it was so cringy. Sarah, did you see Biden saying, repeat the line? Oh, yes. Yes, I did. I did see that. We also know she's talking about Dagobahs. What is Bogadas? Can't find it in the Webster dictionary or on the web. Can someone please tell Esa Pendeja to stop butchering Spanish words? Gracias. Oh boy. I thought I have Joe Biden somewhere saying repeat the line. Does Jill have a prenup? I wonder, well, how long have they been married? Because that's Hunter's stepmom, right? I'm sure he does. I can't find the video. Hunter wants all of his gains to go to Joe. 0 for Jill. Probably. Return of the Mac, you lied to me. Repeat a line. Hunter, oh no, ew. Hello. I think there's probably a lot of, I think there's a lot of disturbing things that happened in that family, unfortunately, and that's probably why many of them are the way that they are. Nuclear energy is the future and president. Hi, I am back. What do you happened? What? What did I happened? I'm still recovering from illness. Oh, I hope you feel better very soon. I actually want to listen to this. Do you guys want to listen to it? This is a Tucker Carlson piece. He's explaining what happened in Sri Lanka. Remember we were talking about, I think we were talking about it Saturday night, the protests that were happening in Sri Lanka, where the people basically successfully, they stormed, is it the prime minister or the president? They stormed I think it was the president's palace and basically got him to resign. So let's look at what happened. Hold on, this is Tucker. If it'll play. Let's see. President. Okay, they
One of
do.
the great weaknesses of American institutions is they have a habit of following the world's dumbest fads. Remember the self-esteem trend in American education? Wall Street is even susceptible to this. ESG is the latest fad on Wall Street. Now, ESG has no needs and countries to shut down their most productive sectors in the name of climate change and equity. So because of ESG, Germany is now rationing electricity. Because of ESG, farmers are in revolt in the Netherlands. But the saddest victim of ESG is Sri Lanka. Once a prosperous country right off the southern coast of India, Sri Lanka has collapsed. Inflation is over 50%. Food prices are up more than 80%. This week, Sri Lanka's president and prime minister.
Oh yeah, they were mad because they can't afford food and fuel and things like that. So that's why the people of Sri Lanka were mad.
To flee the country. Citizens stormed their...
Sorry, he's saying the president had to flee his country and they stormed his palace.
Went through their sock drawers and swam in their swimming pools. It was just a few years ago that the World Economic Forum published an article entitled, and we're quoting, "This is how we will make Sri Lanka rich by 2025.
Wow.
Weirdly, if you search that article online tonight, it's been deleted. Oh, weird, covering their tracks, but not very well. So how'd this happen? Well, in April of 2021, Sri Lanka's leaders banned chemical fertilizers. Now, 90% of the country's farms used chemical fertilizers. So what happened next? A third of Sri Lanka's farms shut down completely. What happens when farms shut down?
Does that sound familiar? That's all the farmers that are protesting in the Netherlands. That sounds quite familiar, right? The farmers being run out.
Well, people starve. This is what the largest city in Sri Lanka, Colombo, looked like this week. That's what the Green New Deal looks like in Sri Lanka. Now, we know what you're thinking. Oh, so pampered lifestyle liberals in the United States just destroyed something else. They did to Sri Lanka what busing did to American education, just absolutely wrecked it and then walked away like it never happened. So that's the downside. People's lives were destroyed. It's happened a lot. But here's the good news. Sri Lanka has a virtually perfect ESG score. Sri Lanka scores 98 on the ESG scale. That's more than double our score here in the United States. So we're going to need to step up our efforts to shut down farms.
Wow. So ESG is I think it's the economic, wait, what is it? ESG meaning environmental, social, and governance. ESG stands for environmental, social, and governance. Investors are increasingly applying these non-financial factors as part of their analysis process to identify material risks and growth opportunities. So basically Tucker was saying that, well, this is what everyone's trying to do. They have an almost perfect ESG score, except they're, regular people can't afford to eat or fuel. Can't afford food or fuel. So, yikes. That doesn't sound very good. That's very sad. Sri Lanka is a very beautiful country. Or city. What the heck is wrong with me? Sri Lanka protests. Let's see what else it says. Pencil lead is their export? According to Trudeau's logic. This is interesting. So the president came to be known as the Terminator for crushing Sri Lanka's nearly 3-decade Tamil insurgency in 2009 as a defense official during the presidency of his older brother. His reputation for decisiveness, where am I? His reputation for decisiveness brought the siblings pushed out of office in 2015 back to power 4 years later after a series of Islamist suicide bombings stirred the renewed fondness of their ruthless ways. They promise vistas of prosperity and splendor. Instead, they delivered soaring inflation, severe food and fuel shortages, power blackouts, and a country on the precipice of collapse. Doesn't that sound a little bit familiar? Unfolding in Sri Lanka is the culmination of a perfect storm of causes: debilitating debt, China's geopolitical ambitions, the pandemic, the turmoil in global and food and fuel markets caused by Russia's invasion of Ukraine. This is the New York Times, by the way, so keep that in mind. Underlying it all, the hubris and recklessness of the dynasty that is the president. Who is the president right now? Stock up on Spam and sardines? No, thank you. Sri Lanka is the pimple. Strategically located in the Indian Ocean, Sri Lanka was central to China's plans. China quickly became one of the largest holders of Sri Lanka's ballooning debt, accounting for around 10%, about the same as Japan. Billions of dollars flowed in, and wasteful vanity projects proliferated the capital, Colombo. Colombo, am I saying it rightly? End of quote, repeat the line. The fact that they got their president had to escape. It's always China. Always. The president had to escape and he's resigning. That's pretty wild to me. All right, see you later. They're also expanding influence into Africa. I feel like they're expanding their influence everywhere, I feel like. If you wanted a quick update, China has a naval base in the Panama Canal. Whoa, I didn't know that. Over 16 an hour to charge a Tesla. Wow. I saw actually, like, I don't know where it was, but there's actually a Tesla charging station around where I'm staying right now, but not that many people in Virginia have Teslas. But I've seen images from some Tesla charging stations where the line is so incredibly long. Did you see the Trump rally in Alaska Saturday night? The new signs and Save America. I saw a little bit about that. My only worry about I don't know. I'm really it's interesting because I I don't know if Ron DeSantis is planning on primarying for but I would almost see I don't know. That would be a toss up between him or Trump. But I haven't seen Trump on a lot of mainstream media. Like, my issue is he keeps doing these rallies, and I think that's great for getting his base amped up. But I don't see him going on any mainstream. This would be such a great opportunity for him to be on a lot of mainstream outlets, and obviously left-leaning outlets aren't going to have him, but like Fox News or I just don't see him going on enough, because right now when things are so bad would be a really good time for him to put himself out there more. It's interesting too because Joe Rogan does not like Donald Trump, and Joe Rogan actually said, he said I've had several opportunities to have Donald Trump on my show, but I've chosen not to because I don't want to help him. And right now, and what I think he meant by that was if Donald Trump were actually going to come on his show, I think it actually would help him a lot. And he knows that, but he doesn't, because it's so bad right now that everything that Trump is probably going to say, one, Trump predicted all of this, so it's going to make him sound good. And two, it's so bad right now. Joe Rogan didn't want to be the one to give Trump a platform to help him. And so I think Trump doing all these rallies, I think it's great for him to energize his base, but those people are already his base that he's energizing. Like, those are the people that we're going to probably, if he ran again in 2024, are going to be voting for him no matter what. What are your thoughts about Elon Musk and Twitter? Oh gosh, I don't know. Apparently they're suing. So a lot of people think this is Elon Musk playing some kind of like 4D chess. And who knows, maybe he is, because at the end of the day, his stock rose like crazy, and he also if you think about it, even if this doesn't go through, yeah, Twitter might sue him, and yeah, this deal might not go through. It might cost him $1 billion, but what's $1 billion to Elon Musk? And the stock for his company, Tesla, went way up. Twitter plummeted. He also exposed a lot of the fakery that's happening with Twitter. So I don't know. I really thought that he fully intended on buying it. But when he was asking, I need information, I need to know what percentage of users are bots on this app, because if it's more than what you're saying it was originally, then this app isn't worth a whole lot, because they get money from advertisers who are coming on the app, and they want to advertise to real eyeballs. That's where the money is. But here's a little update since you're asking. Oh, Elon Musk shared a meme, by the way. This is the meme that Elon shared about this whole debacle. They said I couldn't buy Twitter. Then they wouldn't disclose bot info. Now they want to force me to buy Twitter, which is happening. So they're suing him so that he closes the deal on this purchase. Here it goes. Elon used a meme to troll Twitter over the weekend in response to his upcoming legal battle with the social media platform over his decision to withdraw his $44 billion purchase of the company. Musk's move late last week came in response to the company allegedly withholding information by how many spam accounts they have. Now they have to disclose bot info in court. Okay, here's the funny thing about them suing, because this information that they wouldn't disclose earlier, if they do sue him, now they're going to be forced to disclose this in court anyway. So I just feel like no matter what happens, he's just winning. Oh, my leg's asleep again. I always sit on my leg when I'm doing these lives and it just falls asleep. Pins and needles. Musk's legal team sent a letter to Twitter chief legal officer on Friday and stated Musk was terminating the purchase because Twitter is in material breach of multiple provisions of that agreement, appears to have made false and misleading representations upon which Mr. Musk relied while entering into the merger agreement, and is likely to suffer company material adverse effect. The chair of Twitter's board, Brett Taylor, responded to the move from Musk on Friday evening by writing, "The Twitter board is committed to closing the transaction on the price and terms agreed upon with Mr. Musk and plans to pursue legal action to enforce the merger agreement. We are confident we will prevail in the Delaware Court of Chancery." Musk said back in April that he wanted to buy the platform because his strong intuitive sense is that having a public platform that is maximally trusted and broadly inclusive is extremely important to the future of civilization. I totally agree with that. And I actually really liked his vision of what Twitter could be if there wasn't so much biased censorship. Regarding the financial aspect of acquiring the company, Musk said, "I don't care about the economics of it all." Musk further noted that one of his top priorities at Twitter would be eliminating the spam and scam bot accounts and the bot armies. "It's important for the function of democracy," he said. "It's important to the function of the United States as a free country and many other countries, and to help freedom in the world more broadly than in the US. Civilizational risk is decreased the more we can increase the trust of Twitter as a public platform. And so I do think this will be somewhat painful." Interesting. Elon can build his own servers and platform. Yeah, he can, but I do see why he was interested in Twitter, because so many people are already on it, and it was already, from a while back, it was already such like sort of like if there were to be like a mainstream platform, it was a mainstream platform. Like, what stinks, like, I like all these alternative platforms, they're great, but it would be nice to have a central one. And I think that, if you were to be able to turn Twitter around to where it wasn't censoring, to where it wasn't biased censorship, I think that Twitter would have the most potential to be that one platform where everyone was on, rather than, because, Getter and Parler and all of those things, even though they advertise themselves as free speech platforms, the general public and most Democrats see them as right-wing platforms. You don't want something that's a right-wing platform or a left-wing platform. You want just one platform. And yes, a lot of people see, and Twitter sort of is right now I don't even know if it's a more left-leaning platform, but the censorship is definitely biased. The people that run Twitter are definitely biased. So that makes it feel like it's the left that isn't, well, it is. It's the left that's in control of Twitter, when it really should be a neutral party. Which would be cool if it was. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right, dudes. That's everything, dude X's. Let's be inclusive. I think that's everything I have for you. Thank you for joining again. I didn't know I was going to go live. I was just looking at the news, so I thought we could do it together. How fun is that? Twitter, the ministry of truth. See, that's why I'm hesitant to say that it's I know that leftists are in charge, but Republicans can do good on Twitter. Like, The reason that the Disinformation Governance Board got disbanded, I'm pretty sure, came from Jack Posobiec on Twitter. I'm pretty sure that was solely his doing. I think he is personally responsible for that, which I don't think he minds at all. Anywho, okay, thank you guys for joining, and I'll see you. I'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. to read the news again. I thought Biden Disinfo Board is still on. I think they keep trying to name it something different, but we'll see what happens. The original one was announced that it was disbanded, and the Disinformation Governance Czar, what was her name? Nina Jankowicz. She is no longer involved. Excuse me, I hiccuped. All right, bye you all. Have a great evening.